The Galactic Xenobiology Institute's sterile white halls had never witnessed such confusion. Dr. Zelthera, a distinguished Kryn researcher with 4 doctorates and 2 centuries of experience, stared at the holographic display with all 3 of her eyes wide in disbelief. The human DNA sample floating before her defied every classification system the galaxy had developed over 10,000 years. "This is impossible," she muttered, her translator device struggling to convey her species' equivalent of utter bewilderment. Lisa Martinez stood in the observation room, arms crossed, a slight smirk playing on her lips. The human xenobiologist had volunteered for the Institute's comprehensive study, knowing full well what chaos would ensue. Beside her, Jackson Cole leaned against the transparent barrier, equally amused by the pandemonium their species was causing. "Should we tell them?" Jackson asked, his voice low. "Not yet," Lisa replied. "Let them figure it out. It's more fun this way." Dr. Zelthera manipulated the hologram, zooming into the mitochondrial markers. "Forward-facing eyes," she announced to her assembled team. Binocular vision optimized for depth perception. Classic apex predator configuration. She highlighted specific gene sequences that glowed amber in the display. Her assistant, a young Brevix named Court, chittered nervously. "But doctor, look at the musculature distribution and stamina markers. These are persistence hunter adaptations. They're built to chase prey until it collapses from exhaustion." "Predators, then," concluded another researcher, a gelatinous quilm who pulsed with satisfaction at solving the puzzle. "Wait." Dr. Zelthera's central eye narrowed. She pulled up another data strand. "These stress response hormones, the fight-or-flight mechanism, it's hyperactive. And these sensory processing centers," she trailed off, recalculating. "They're constantly scanning for threats. The whites of their eyes are visible specifically so other humans can track where they're looking. To identify dangers. Prey adaptations," Court whispered, his mandibles clicking in confusion. The Quilm researcher undulated in disagreement. "Impossible. No species can be both predator and prey. The evolutionary pressures are contradictory," Lisa chuckled. Jackson glanced at her. "You want to tell them about the scavenger part?" "Give it a minute." Dr. Zelthera dove deeper into the genetic code, her frustration mounting. "Their digestive system. By the void. Their digestive system." She projected a new visualization. "They can process an enormous variety of organic matter. Proteins, plants, fungi, even mildly toxic substances. They have backup systems for their backup systems." "Opportunistic feeders," Court observed. "Scavengers." "Their immune response is militaristic," another researcher added, pulling up immunological data. "It attacks everything foreign with overwhelming force, often damaging their own tissue in the process. It's like their bodies are constantly at war with their environment." Dr. Zelthera's translator emitted a sound approximating a groan. "So they're predators who hunt like prey animals, with the digestive flexibility of scavengers, and an immune system that treats their own planet as hostile territory." "Don't forget the neurological scans," Court added helpfully, perhaps too helpfully. "Their brains show pattern recognition capabilities designed for both hunting and evading hunters. They can think like predator and prey simultaneously." The hologram flickered as Dr. Zelthera pulled up comparative evolutionary charts. Earth's timeline appeared alongside data from thousands of catalogued worlds. "This makes no sense," she said, her voice tight with academic anguish. Their homeworld wasn't even particularly dangerous compared to standard death world classifications. How did they develop such contradictory survival mechanisms? Jackson pushed off from the wall. "I think it's time." Lisa nodded and pressed the communication button. "Dr. Zelthera, may we offer some insight?" The Kryn researcher's eyes all swiveled toward the observation window. "Please, before I file my first incomplete classification report in 200 years. Lisa and Jackson entered the main laboratory. The assembled xenobiologists regarded them with a mixture of scientific curiosity and unease, a common reaction. Lisa had learned. "The thing you're missing," Lisa began, "is that humans didn't evolve in a stable niche. We didn't specialize. We generalized," Jackson continued. "When resources were scarce, we scavenged. When we encountered predators, we developed prey behaviors. When we needed meat, we became hunters. But simultaneously?" Dr. Zelthera's translator nearly glitched on her disbelief. "Our ancestors couldn't afford to be just one thing," Lisa explained. "Earth didn't have megafauna strong enough to dominate indefinitely. but it had enough environmental pressure to force adaptation. So we became adaptable, Jackson smiled. We're persistence hunters who use predator tactics but can flee like prey when necessary, and eat almost anything when we're desperate. We're not predator, prey, or scavenger. We're survivors, Lisa finished. We're the species that refuses to fit in your boxes because the moment we'd committed to any single strategy, we'd have gone extinct. Dr. Zelthera was silent for a long moment. Finally, she manipulated the hologram, opening a new classification file. In the taxonomy field, she hesitated, then typed, Homo sapiens, classification, adaptive generalist, predator-prey, scavenger synthesis. Your species terrifies me, she admitted quietly. We get that a lot, Jackson said. Lisa grinned. Wait until you see what we can do when we're not just surviving.